Dr. Rebecca Jackson from PhDsupport.co.uk. So I'm making a video today about how to formulate research questions. This has been requested by a member of my PhD Support Team Flourish Facebook group. Make sure you find us and ask to join if you're not already a member. Get some free peer support. So this person has reached out to me today because they're worried about how to formulate their research questions, and in fact they're also worried that their question that they're thinking of is quite simple. Well, I want to say that first of all, sometimes some PhDs do have quite a simple question to answer, and that tends to be the case when you're looking at something that's really new. So I'm thinking here of, what does such and such regulatory body think about this new technology? Okay, if nobody's done that before, then you might need to ask quite a broad overarching question, and maybe each chapter of the thesis, or rather each substantive chapter, goes some way to providing evidence or a portion of the answer to that general question. Other PhD theses might have a more complex overarching question, and that might require you to develop 3 or 4 smaller research questions that feed into the more complex answer demanded by the bigger question. So maybe you want to develop a legal framework surrounding a new kind of medical technology. In that case, you would need some sub-research questions. You'd have to look at questions to do with the historical context of current legislation, existing solutions in other jurisdictions, or similar frameworks but for different and related medical technology. Both types of thesis are needed, they're fine and dandy, but you need to have a bit of a reflection and talk to your supervisors about how you might get onto those research questions. But really, what we want to know from this video is, well, how do we start developing these questions? Well, the fact of the matter is we don't come to a PhD thesis completely blank, completely naked, completely devoid of ideas. Right or wrong, we do hold assumptions about what we want to know or want to find out, or what we believe to be true. So we come to the PhD with assumptions, and actually as we get more into our topic, more into the literature, we end up formulating more beliefs and holding more assumptions about what we think we're going to find. Now, obviously, as I say, the literature review is important with regards to that, but you probably do have some pretty fixed assumptions about what you're going to find in the course of your PhD project. Now, the cool thing about these assumptions is that they are statements. I'm a linguist. Grammatically, these are statements. I believe that this regulatory body will think X, Y, Z about this new technology, and that's what you think you're going to find. So the beauty of statements is you can fiddle a few words around and change the order of things, and they become questions. So while those questions may not be the finished, polished versions that make it into your thesis, what you need to do is list a couple of assumptions that you hold at this moment in time and just turn them into questions, make statements into questions. This is a really important part of the conceptual development of your PhD, and I would recommend doing this, because even if, you know, these questions need some further work, or you decide, you know what, this is not within the scope of this thesis, but it is work I want to do after, it's going to benefit you. So my top tip is get your statements, get your assumptions, turn them into questions. It really is that simple. If you need any more help, let me know, and please comment on the video below. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. You can find me on Twitter on @chasing_ling, and visit my website phdsupport.co.uk to find lots of blog posts about productivity and staying motivated and enthused for your thesis. Thanks for watching. Bye.